Today we're going to be going over Kansas Christian College's website. To start, you'll go to your URL, type in /WP admin, hit enter, and then enter in your credentials. And then after that, it'll bring you to the dashboard. The dashboard is just the first screen you see when you log into your site. You're not really going to need to use any of this content here. During this video, we're going to be going down the sidebar over here and hitting up all the essential information that you'll need to know to make changes to your website. First thing you'll see is going to be updates. Updates is going to be what you click on to update anything on your website. This is where the plugins and the themes and the actual WordPress is. You won't really ever have to worry about this that much because we actually go in and update your plugins and themes and your WordPress at least weekly. So if anything's not updated, you don't really have to worry about it. You're not going to ever run into any problems with that. Next down on the sidebar is going to be media. Media is going to be where all of the content media-wise on your website is located. Up here at the top, you'll be able to organize it into a grid view or a list view by clicking here. You can organize it by images. You can organize it by the date it was uploaded. You can search for specific media items. If you ever want to delete multiple items, you can click on this checkbox, click here, and then click delete permanently, and then apply, and it'll do that. If you ever want to see more or less items on the screen, you can click on screen options and then change the number of items that appear. If you ever want to add new media, you can click add new, and then you can drag and drop here or click here to select specific files. Next down on the sidebar that we're going to cover though is forms. This is going to be where the forms on your website are located. So if you click on one of them, you'll see all the fields that you have: name, email, phone, enrollment date, message. If you ever want to add a new field, you simply click on whatever you want over here. Like let's say you want to add an email form field. If you click on it, it'll add it here at the very bottom. And click on this arrow to change what the label looks like. If you ever want to change where that appears, you can click here to add a placeholder. It'll put it in the actual field, then you can hide it using this field label visibility. If you ever want to move a field, let's say you want this to be up here, you simply drag and drop it by clicking on this dark blue bar and dragging it. If you ever want to get rid of a field, you can click the X, click OK, and then you click update if you ever want to actually save any changes. Next down on the sidebar is pages. Pages is where most of your content is going to be located. And so you have quite a few different pages on your website. So let me search for one that will appear very easily. If you ever want to change the way that any of your content looks, you can simply click on one of your pages. If you go to that page, like this one is Kansas Christian College names its 12th president. So here you see this letter that the president has written. If you ever want to change any of the content in anything, you simply go to where you want to change it. You can click on what you want to change and then add your content. So a fun thing that WordPress allows you to do is to preview changes. So if you click that, it'll open up a new tab and it'll show you the changes that you've made. and the preview means that it's not actually going to be live on your website. So you're the only person that can see this new content that you've added. It's also convenient for showing you how to do it because you don't have to worry about me changing any actual content on your website right now. That being said, if you come back here, you can make basic text changes with this editor here. If you click on this toggle toolbar, it will hide or show more options. If you click bold, it bolds, italics, you can make bulleted lists, alignments, all that sort of stuff. You can insert or edit links by clicking on this. Let's say you want to make a link to Google. You can just type in the Google URL here, hit enter, and then now it links to Google. You can click edit here, then click link options. Then if you open link in a new tab and click update, it'll open the link in a new tab now. So if you click preview changes, you see this is now a link. You click on it, it opens to Google. You can make something look like an actual button by clicking on it, going to formats and clicking button. Preview changes again here. You'll see now it looks like an actual button that links to google.com. If you ever want to save changes, make sure you click update here. That way they'll actually stick. One more important thing before we go though is adding media. You can click add media, then click whatever you want. Let's say you wanted a new picture of the president in there. You click insert into page, and then it is in the page. So if you click preview pages, preview changes, it'll show a photo right here. If you ever see a bunch of like these things on the page over here and you don't know what they do or you don't want them, you can simply look at the name, layout settings, Yoast SEO, slider evolution, scripts, tags, page attributes, then go up to the top of the page to screen options and you can hide these. And if you do that and come down, you'll see the page looks much cleaner. So we only have things you really need, like featured image, the actual page editor, and categories over here. Next thing down on the sidebar that we're going to cover is going to be Foo Gallery. You only use Foo Gallery in a couple different places. This is your biggest gallery, and this is located on About Us, History of KCC. It's this right here. So if you ever wanted to change, add, or subtract any photos from this, you can do that through editing your gallery. You click the X to get rid of an item, and you click Add Media, and choose what media you want to add an item. And you can click Update, and it'll save it. It's pretty simple. If you ever have any questions about anything we've covered so far, be sure to let us know. Down here on Appearance, we're going to cover widgets next. So widgets are essentially everything at the top and bottom of your website. So if we go to your home page, we'll see you have this menu up here, you have a menu here, a logo here, and then at the very bottom you have your social media menu with your Let's Talk, and then these menus down here as well. And so all these things are going to be headers and footers in your widgets. So you see here you have your image, that's your logo up here, your navigation menu, and before header we have these call us, and then we have this little menu here. Footer 1, we have this visual editor, that's your Let's Talk area, then your social media menu here, and then we have those extra menus at the very bottom. So if you ever wanted to change out what this image is, you can't see all of it because some of the text is white, but it actually has the white text on there as well. If you ever want to change your logo, you can click on that, click on an image, then click Update Image, and then you click Save here as well. If you ever want to change what your Let's Talk thing says, this works just like the text box on Pages, so you can come in here, edit the content, click Save, and then it'll change that as well. Make sure you click Save on all these things, and if you ever have any questions about how to edit widgets, let us know. Next down on the sidebar here is going to be menus. Menus is pretty self-explanatory. We have your main, a lot of your other menus here that are on the top and bottom of your website. You also have some sub-menus within your website as well. If you ever want to change any of those things or add anything to them, you simply go over here to Pages. You can be on Most Recent, View All, or if you know exactly what you want, you can search for the page. You check mark the box, click Add to Menu. It'll add it right here, and you can drag and drop it wherever you want it to go. You can make it a main item, a sub-item of something, a sub-sub-item of something. You can click this arrow and you can change the navigation label, or you can click Remove, and that'll delete it. Whenever you make any changes to this, make sure you click Save so that the changes take place. If you ever have any more questions about this, be sure to let us know. And then the last thing we're going to cover down on the sidebar is going to be Slider Revolution. Slider Revolution is going to be this top image here that scrolls through different images, as well as this You Belong here. And so you can see here, this is going to be the first image you have, this is the second, third, and then it scrolls through all of these. And then we actually don't use this one, that's why it has the little red thing there. If you click on Static / Global Layers, you'll see the You Belong Here text, as well as the button and the Christ-centered. So if you ever want to change any of this text, you can simply click on it, click here, and then you can change the way it looks or what it says. If you ever want to change any of the images, you can click on those directly. Then here, where it says Main Background Image, you click Media Library, and then you can change what image you have on the background. Currently we have this image that slides in. If you ever want to change what this says, or eventually you'll want to get rid of it, I imagine, since this will probably be old news in another year or two. You can edit this directly here by clicking Edit. You can delete any of those layers, or you can just get rid of the slide completely if you'd like by clicking Delete here. Whenever you make any changes, make sure you click Save Slide. That way they actually take. Those are all the basics of your website. If you have any questions about how to do anything, we covered a lot of content here and we covered it pretty quickly. So be sure to let us know if you have any further questions, and we look forward to seeing your site grow.